some major ride malfunctions, new construction at EPCOT, and what's going to happen to all those dining reservations when they shorten the park hours. All that's coming up on DFB Guide. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. The Disney Parks news keeps rolling in. There's a potential deal that's been reached between the equity actors and Disney World, so we could see more shows return to the park soon, but we won't be seeing a cult classic attraction open for another few months. You can always follow the latest breaking news over on DisneyFoodBlog.com and on our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, but every week we're giving you all the updates right here on YouTube, so let's get started with all the latest Disney news. First up, dining reservations have been affected by shortened park hours. We reported last week that Disney will be shortening those park hours beginning September 8th. But what happens to all those dining reservations scheduled after the new park close time? We got tons of direct messages and questions from you guys about that. So we reached out to Disney, and according to a Disney cast member we spoke with on the website, they will be reaching out individually to guests whose dining reservations are affected by these changes. Disney may provide an auto cancellation date for dining reservations as well. So if cast members are unable to reach guests in time, you may have your reservation auto canceled, but keep an eye on Disney Food Blog. We'll be sure to let you know when that's going to happen. If you do happen to have a dining reservation that's affected by the new park hours, though, Disney recommends, and we recommend as well, that guests go online and modify those reservations. But if you missed the memo, you shouldn't be charged a no-show fee if you don't cancel in advance. All right, we've got some Disney ticket news. So with the changing of park hours comes a change to one of Disney's annual passes. The EPCOT After 4 pass leaves pass holders with only a few hours to visit the park with its new 7 p.m. closure. So Disney's changed the parameters to allow entry to EPCOT beginning at 2 p.m. for those people that hold those tickets. After chatting with a cast member, we were also able to confirm that this change won't be a permanent one. The early entry starts on September 8th, and we're guessing when those park hours change again, the EPCOT After 4 pass will go back to being EPCOT After 4. And we've also just received word this week that Stormalong Bay, the mini water park inside the Yacht and Beach Club Resort, well, I guess it's not technically inside the resort. It's outside the resort, but it's inside the gates of the resort because nobody can swim there unless they are a guest of the Yacht and Beach Club Resort. That's going to be reopening on August 24th. Stormalong Bay has been closed to guests since the Vacation Club Villas reopened back in June. And until the 24th, guests can still use the leisure pools around the resort or the Luna Park pool at the Boardwalk Inn. Now let's talk about those actors. So while Disney had planned to call performers back for rehearsals ahead of the park reopenings, the Actors Equity Association unanimously rejected Walt Disney World's plan for the safety of its members. Now it seems that things are looking up for the potential return of equity actors, as Disney has established an on-property testing facility for them. This COVID testing site is available for cast members as well as the general public, and while Disney states that it was not established as a result of any one union, it helps to meet requirements laid out by the Equity Actors Association. Kate Schindel, president of Actors Equity Association, has said that the Equity's executive committee has signed the Memorandum of Understanding with Disney for equity performers to return to the parks. All right, we've got that closed ride news here. Magic Kingdom's People Mover has been mysteriously closed since the parks reopened last month. Now the ride is officially on a refurb calendar. The People Mover is listed as closed for refurbishment from now through October 31st. It's no longer listed as under refurb starting November 1st, but with all those ride updates, that date is subject to change, so we'll keep you posted. And we've got another ride in Magic Kingdom with an update. Stitch has a very troubled past with Tomorrowland, as you know. First, Stitch's Great Escape was moved to a seasonally operating attraction in 2016 before quietly being shut down and transitioned to a character meet and greet location. And we'd recently reported that this attraction was finally truly closing, but there was no word on if the character meet and greet would stay. Now the entire Stitch sign in front of the former attraction location has been removed. There's no word yet officially from Disney on what may move into the spot, but we'll let you know when we hear anything. And all right, we've got a new high-tech security system in Hollywood studios. So we saw this high-tech security system first in Disney Springs a long time ago when they were actually testing it. And then we saw it in Animal Kingdom en masse on reopening day. Now it's officially made it to Hollywood studios. Now this is an updated bag check process that has guests keep all the items inside their bags and carry them through the detectors. If a bag triggers the sensor, it may then be searched by security, but otherwise you won't need to stop for bag check upon entering the park. Here's a quick update. You always want to take your umbrella out of the bag, and maybe electronic things like batteries. Those can kind of set off the sensor and make it think that there's something weird in your bag. So I always take my external charger out and my umbrella out when I go through. All right, we've got some very interesting news about some Disney rides that have been experiencing some weird mishaps, like that Splash Mountain log sinking or Living with the Land cruising backwards. But in this week's surprise reason a ride is down, lightning. It appears that a huge lightning strike hit the Galaxy's Edge area of Hollywood Studios on Monday night, causing Rise of the Resistance to remain closed for the entire following day. Fox 35 News pointed out it looks like the lightning bolt struck a lightning rod on one of the mountains that forms Galaxy's Edge's beautiful mountain range, which is exactly what those lightning rods are there for. The ride resumed normal operations on Wednesday. Now, we've got hotel news. You guys remember Reflections at Disney Lakeside Lodge that was announced at D23. It's been recently removed, though, from the official D23 blog announcement that was posted in 2019. We had speculated on the channel before on whether or not this planned DVC resort would resume construction after the parks reopened, and while this removal points toward the project being canceled, we can't be sure until there is a direct announcement from Disney. This isn't the first time a project has been quietly scrapped, though. Disney has retroactively made changes to their D23 announcements before, most notably after plans for Magic Kingdom's Main Street Theater fell through. And this is some super great news for those of us 80s EPCOT kids. As for some construction that is definitely still happening, we're headed to the front of EPCOT where we're starting to get a glimpse of the new fountain that will sit just inside the park entrance. There are some major retro 80s EPCOT vibes to these prism pillars, and we can't wait to see the finished fountain. Okay, here's some great news for people who are traveling to Disney World in the next couple years. It's been a few months since we got an update on the proposed high-speed rail line that would connect southern Florida with Orlando International Airport and Disney World itself. In a recent report from the Orlando Sentinel, Virgin trains that have been scoping out a Walt Disney World station have now been replaced by the Brightline name. Brightline currently has an Orlando Airport station in progress that's projected to start service in 2022, and Brightline believes they will be opening the Disney station shortly after opening the Orlando Airport station. So in 2022, you could be able to take a Brightline train directly from the Orlando International Airport to Disney World. All right, let's talk about running news. Registration has opened for the annual Star Wars Rival Run, scheduled to take place in Disney World April 15th through April 18th, 2021. Spots fill up quickly for these events, so if you want to participate, we suggest grabbing your spot ASAP. Heading over to Disneyland, so far there hasn't been much news regarding when it would reopen, since it was announced they would be pushing their planned July opening date back in June. Now, according to the Orange County Register, California state officials are reviewing how and when to reopen Disneyland, Universal Studios Hollywood, and other theme parks. Smaller parks like Knott's Berry Farm have been permitted to reopen, but only to serve food, so there are no rides running. At this time, the California government is still reviewing the timeline to reopen locations like Disneyland, but we will be the first to let you know if progress has been made in regards to their reopening. But when Disneyland does reopen, it sounds like cast members are going to receive a care package that includes company-issued face coverings, hand sanitizer, a thermometer, and cast resources. So that's at least some good news for when Disneyland does reopen. All right, we've got some cancellation news. Adventures by Disney states that most departures have been canceled through October 31st, 2020, and impacted travelers will be notified shortly in regard to options. There has also been a change to their trip cancellation policy. Guests currently booked on Adventures through November 30th, 2020 can change their reservation and receive 100% credit to be used toward a future adventure. All right, let's head into food news, you guys. This week in EPCOT, we noticed that the Islands of the Caribbean booth was closed. And after speaking with a cast member, we were informed that the booth will be closed until further notice. The food booth has been removed from the Global Marketplace's listing on Disney World's website as well, indicating this may be a lengthy closure. It's unclear why the booth has closed and for how long it may remain closed, but we're going to keep you posted. We do have some new restaurant openings though. The 3 Disney Springs restaurants that make up the Edison complex in Disney Springs have reopened to guests this week. The Edison, Maria and Enzo's Ristorante, and Enzo's Hideaway are listing hours for dinner service from 5 to 10 p.m. and you can now make reservations there as well. Lunch and late night hours are not currently listed for any of the 3 locations, but we'll keep you posted on any changes. Now, Tambu Lounge, located just next to the still-closed Ohana at the Polynesian Village Resort, is listing hours for Sunday, August 16th, which means it may open that day. The lounge hours listed are 4 p.m. to 11 p.m., so if you're staying or dining at the Polynesian, you can stop by for a lapu-lapu over there at Tambu Lounge, which of course, as you know, are those giant pineapples filled with tons of rum and fruit juices, and that's the best way to start a vacation, of course. So, Tambu Lounge, we're not sure what their menu is going to look like. Hopefully they will have some of those Ohana favorites on it, but if not, there will still be some great things on the menu to try. More Disney food news. The Simba pretzel is back officially at Harambe Fruit Market in Animal Kingdom. The fun-shaped pretzel had been replaced by the standard Disney World Mickey pretzel with cheese since the park had reopened. But now you can once again get this Animal Kingdom exclusive snack right outside Kilimanjaro Safaris. Over in Disney Springs, the vegan and allergy-friendly bakery in Disney Springs, Erin McKenna's, is serving up these cute and colorful Sugar Rush cake bars. This new treat is available for the month of August, along with the brownie sun butter, sunflower seed butter, cupcakes. And finally, we got some discount news. Paddlefish and Terralina Crafted Italian are currently running a Kids Eat Free promo in Disney Springs. On Mondays through Thursdays, kids eat free with the purchase of 2 adult entrees, and this offer is valid for children 9 and under, and guests must mention the Kids Eat Free promotion. Terralina is also bringing back Wine Down Wednesdays, where you can get a $25 bottle of wine and pasta Sundays. Buy 1 pasta entree, get the second for 50% off. All right, let's go into merchandise. There's a lot to talk about right now because Halloween is where it's at in the parks and on Shop Disney. So let's talk about those new ears first. Things are definitely spooky. Nearly everything we've got for you today is Halloween merch. First up, the orange and black Minnie Mouse witch ears and Halloween candy ears have both popped up on Shop Disney for $29.99. The Loungefly The Nightmare Before Christmas ears, featuring characters from the film, also dropped on Shop Disney this week for $34.99. And a new version of the Haunted Mansion wallpaper ears have appeared on Shop Disney as well for $29.99. These ones have satin ears and a velour bow, and they're a little different from last year's version. So if you love your Haunted Mansion ears, you definitely want to check those out. Speaking of Haunted Mansion, ears aren't the only new Haunted Mansion merchandise this week. There's a black Haunted Mansion Spirit jersey featuring the iconic wallpaper print with glow-in-the-dark lettering on the back that reads Disney World or Disneyland, depending on which coast you prefer. You can grab that one for $69.99. And there are 2 new Haunted Mansion dresses on Shop Disney, a bright and colorful aqua dress for $128 or the sleek wallpaper dress for $127.99. So that's basically $128. Now let's talk more Nightmare Before Christmas merchandise. You can find a Nightmare Before Christmas dress on Shop Disney right now. The black and white sketch dress can be yours for just $39.99, or pick up a new Alex and Ani bangle featuring the two-faced mayor of Halloween Town for $49.99. There's a ton more Halloween merchandise hitting up Shop Disney right now, so hoodies, tees, spirit jerseys, light-up necklaces, plushes, a whole new line of Sanderson Sisters emblazoned merch, plus costumes for everyone, including pups and adaptive and wheelchair-friendly costumes for kids, which is super awesome. All on Shop Disney right now. Disney's also going to be releasing Halloween face masks on Shop Disney and at Disney World in Disneyland. Designs include Jack and Sally and Halloween pumpkins, in addition to many, many, many more. And in more Crocs news, I didn't think we'd be saying that so much. There are Halloween Crocs that are covered in Halloween snacks for $54.99. Let's head to MagicBands. We spotted a couple new MagicBands in the parks this week. At the Emporium in Magic Kingdom, we saw a new bright blue Pocahontas band featuring her animal sidekicks for $24.99. And over at the Pirates of the Caribbean gift shop, we saw a Jungle Cruise band. On one side of the lime green Magic Band, you'll find 2 Jungle Cruise skippers, and on the other, a gorilla who may have just trashed a campsite, also $24.99. We've got release dates for the Minnie Main Attraction collections. Series 7 of the collection, inspired by King Arthur Carousel in Disneyland, was just released via Merch Pass on Shop Disney earlier this week. Series 8, Dumbo, will be coming to Shop Disney on August 18th, and Series 9, inspired by Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, is going to arrive on September 15th. Disney hasn't said if the 2 upcoming releases will use the Merch Pass system, but that does seem to be the norm for the popular online releases now, so we'll keep you posted. And those Halloween face masks that are yet to be released aren't the only new masks we reported on in this past week. Near Yak and Yeti in Animal Kingdom, we spotted several new masks that reminded us to be kind, along with several other colorful masks for kids and adults. And of course, if you're still looking for the perfect mask, we've added more to our Teespring store as well. We've just introduced some new character-inspired masks, along with some vintage Mouseketeer-inspired designs. So go check out our Teespring store. We'd love to have you grab your favorite mask from that shop to support DFB. All right, there's all the news for this week. Thank you guys for listening. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to join the DFB newsletter. That's where we put everything first, so you can go check that out. We've got the link down in the description. And of course, we thank you for listening. We thank you for watching. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.